Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can change the hue, saturation as well as light, that is HSL, for a live preview of a camera in native Android application using CameraX and Media 3 effects. So let's get started. So I'm using XML layout, but if you want you can use Jetpack Compose as well, so it's up to you. The UI logic is very minimum. Mostly we will be concentrating on business logic. So as you can see, I have just created an XML layout project or an empty views project, whatever you call it. Then you will have to go to build.gradle.kts. Here you need to add few dependencies. First one is this camera core, second one is this camera 2, next one is this camera lifecycle, next one is camera view, next one is media 3 effect, Android X media 3 effect, and last one is this media 3 effect. Once you add this, as you can see, we have not added the version number over here, so for that we will have to use version catalog. So just go to libs.versions.toml, and here firstly you will have to add this camera core dependency, then this camera 2 dependency, then this media 3 effect, then this media 3 effect version dependency as well. Once you add this, just scroll down, and here you will have to first add this camera 2 line of code. So this camera 2, then this camera core, then camera view, and then the camera life cycle as well. Okay, once you add all of this, you also need to add this Android X media 3 effect as well as this media 3 effect dependency. So after this 4 lines of code, you also need to add this these two dependencies, so make sure you write them. Also, at the time of me recording this video, this media 3 effect is in alpha, but if it becomes stable by the time you watch this video, make sure you use the stable version. So yeah, I mean, you have added this two as well as this two. Then you will see a sync now button. Just to show you that button, I'll just change this. Here you can see, just click on sync now, but make sure you use this as a 1.6.1 or whatever is the latest version at the time of you guys watching the video. Then you will have to go to manifest, android manifest.xml. Here you will have to add this camera feature, then camera permission, and then write external storage permission which is required for devices equal to Android P or less than Android P. Then you will have to go to res layout activity underscore main, and here firstly you will have to add this preview view of id of viewfinder, then the width and height of 0 dp, and then we just constrained it to all 4 sides using constraint layout. So yeah, make sure you add that particular bit of code as well, so that it occupies the entire width and height of screen. Then here I have defined one button as well, so where we are constraining it to the bottom of the screen. I have given it some text, elevation as well as id, and width height is wrap content. Then let's go back to main activity. So firstly, here these are all the imports which I have copied it from documentation. So I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports which I have. Okay, then I have annotated this with @unstable API. So I'll just comment this out just to show you why we have added this. So if you see over here, we are getting a lot of errors. Now this particular APIs are not coming from the alpha version of the library. It is coming from this media 3 effect version, which is stable. But this is one of the quirks of Android development, that even stable API versions of library have this unstable annotation. You might have seen this in Jetpack Compose, but yeah, that's why we need to add this. Hopefully by the time you watch it, you don't require this version, they don't require this unstable API. Then here we have this image capture, here we have this executor service as well. Then here we define our preview view, here we define our button. Then we use this register for activity result for requesting multiple permissions. First we assign the value as true, then we just loop over it and check if the permissions are not granted, then we just change the value to false. And if permission are not granted, we display a toast message, and if it is granted, then we just start our camera. Then here we just initialize our viewfinder, we initialize our button, then we on click of the button we just call this take photo method. If all permissions are granted, then we immediately start the camera. If not, then we request the permission, and here we initialize our camera executor as well. Now inside this take photo method, we first check we have proper image capture. Then we assign this name to this variable which will be used for our image capture. Then here we just use content values dot apply. Then we set the display name, MIME type, and if it is greater than Android P, then we also need to set the relative path. Then here we just do image capture dot output options. Here we pass the builder, our external content URI. Then here we just do image capture dot take picture, passing our output options, and here we override on error as well as on image saved. Here we log it to the console, and here we get the path of the saved image as well. So if you want to display it inside an image view, you can use this particular URI as well. And then once image is captured, we just display a toast message. This is how we start a camera. First we set the aspect ratio to it, then we set the resolution selector as well, then we define our camera provider future, add a listener to it, and then we just do camera provider future dot get. Then we do preview dot builder, set the resolution selector dot build, and also set the viewfinder surface provider to this. Then we do an image capture. Okay, set the resolution selector as well as capture mode. By default we are using the back camera. Then here we use this use case group, pass our preview as well as image capture, and here we define our media 3 effect for preview, video capture or image capture. And here we set our media 3 effects. So here you can see I'm using this HSL adjustment dot builder. We set the hue, saturation and lightness. You can play around with this value to whatever you feel like, and then we just add this to our use case group dot builder. Then we unbind our camera provider, we bind it to our lifecycle, passing the lifecycle owner, camera selector as well as use case group dot builder dot build. And here we have defined a method called request permission. With the help of this we just ask for the required permission. Then here we have another method called all permission granted, just to check whether permissions were granted or not. Inside on destroy we just shut down our camera executor, and here I have defined one companion object for a few variable names like file name, format, and this required permission to add the camera permission and write external storage as well if you are using Android P or below. Also one more thing is, once we take the photo we immediately shut down our camera executor. So if I just show it to you over here, you can see. But if you don't want to shut down the camera executor, you can just comment out this line of code. So yeah, that's it from the code side of things. Now let's see the output. Okay guys, so here is the output for HSL adjustment. I'll just allow the permission while using the app, and now here you can see I'm mirroring my device, so the output is little laggy, just bear with me. But here you can see this is happening all real time. I can move my device as well if you feel like. Again, I'm mirroring my device, it is that's why the output is a little bit laggy, but on a real device, like when I'm able to see it properly fine. I'll just click on take photo, and it should apply that HSL adjustment to the photo as well. Okay, now if you saw the toast message, I can just go to the files app to see that actual photo. Sorry, not this one. Again, I'm inside my files app. Again, it is catching up because I'm mirroring my device. So sorry, not this is not the output. I don't know, it is taking a bit of time. Yeah, here you can see this is the output. So I have two images. It was the first one which I showed you was from my previous demo, so ignore that. Just to show it to you, here you can see there are two images, but yeah, we just need to take this first image, and here you can see the HSL adjustment as well. So hopefully you got the point. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.